Hello students, how are you? I hope you all are doing well and good. So in previous class we have discussed very clearly about the digestive system of human beings. Okay, so what are the different parts in human beings? We have mouth, buccal cavity, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, rectum, and anus. That means we have different parts. Okay, we have different parts to carry out different functions in our digestive system. So what about the single cell, what about the organs which are single celled? See, we take for example amoeba is a single celled organism. Okay, that means it is only one cell, not like our body. We are multicellular, we have so many cells in our body, but amoeba is a single cell. Okay, and one more thing is the shape of the amoeba is irregular. You can draw round also, you can draw any shape, you can draw whatever it may be, because amoeba has irregular shape. Amoeba doesn't have any specific particular shape. Okay, they live in fresh water. Okay, they live in pond water. Yeah, if you observe the diagram of amoeba, here they have different parts. See, here they have they have cell membrane, they have cytoplasm. This and inside white colored one is known as cytoplasm. They have nucleus, they have contractile vacuole, and they have food vacuoles. Okay, and if you observe this one, pseudopodium, so this one is very important for you now to study. Okay, see, pseudopodium is a finger like projection. You can see here it is looking like a small finger like, it is a finger like projections present in amoeba. Okay, so how amoeba takes food? See, we have so many, we have hands, we have mouth, so many parts to take food, to digest food, and we assimilate food. Okay, but what about the single cell organisms like amoeba? You can see the diagram here. See, first amoeba identifies the food particle, then what they will do, they will slowly stretch both the fingers. Okay, you can see here both the fingers are stretched. In second diagram you can see both the fingers are stretched, and it will go near to the food. And what will happen, these two fingers will be these two finger like structure. That means pseudopodia are closed. In the third diagram you can see are these two fingers are closed. And then next you can see, in next step, food particle is there inside the body of amoeba. Okay, that means this is known as food vacuole or digestive vacuole. So in digestive, see, you can see here, just like our body, in our body also, our stomach, our small intestine produces so many digestive juices, right? So many juices, intestinal juices. Intestine produces intestinal juices, digestive stomach produces digestive juices. Like that, they too have some juices, digestive juices. So with the help of that one, they will digest the food material. Okay, so and then and there itself they will assimilate the nutrients present in the particular food item, and it will be distributed. Then see, we have blood supply, we have blood vessels. So like that we can like that our body assimilate the nutrients, and it will be transported throughout our body with the help of the blood circulation. But here cytoplasm, this white color structure plays such kind of role. Okay, so inside the body, the assimilated food will be distributed throughout the cytoplasm, and then the remaining waste, undigested food material, just like us, we also remove undigested waste particle, like in the form of feces. The same way, your amoeba also releases the undigested waste particle through outside. How? You can see again, the undigested food is taking near to the cell wall, cell membrane. And then what will happen, the pseudopodia, the fingers get separated. Okay, they open and they release the food, undigested food material to outside. So in this way, a single cell organism engulfs food, digest food, assimilate, and then releases the ejects the waste material. Okay, yeah, you draw this diagram. This one is both the diagram, amoeba and also the feeding and digestion in amoeba. So both the diagrams are very helpful. Next we are going to discuss about the digestion in grass eating animals. Okay, grass eating animals. Yeah, see here, so this is a cow. You must have seen the cow, right? So see, cow, if you observe, human digestive system is horizontal. I mean, it is like this. But here, if you observe the digestive system of ruminants, it is like this. Okay, in this pattern. Okay, so what they will do, you must have seen cows or any buffaloes, right? So what they will do, they will sit silently somewhere and then they will chew some food, right? You must have observed such kind of habit in cows or ox or buffaloes, anything. So how digestion exactly happening in the body of ruminants? Okay, that is nothing but our cow. See, with the help of the cow, what they will do, cow takes food. Have you ever seen the cow eating grass? Yes, they eat food very fastly. Okay, then through the mouth, food enters into the body of cow, and then here you can see a part in the digestion. This is known as, we can call this one as rumen. Okay, yeah, rumen. In the rumen, food is stored. That means they swallow food. They don't chew at the time. They swallow the food. They swallow the grass, and they stored in a separate part known as rumen. This one. See, you can see here the rumen is very big, because these to store to accommodate the maximum quantity of food. Okay, after eating food, after taking food, in the rumen, the food gets partially digested. Okay, we call that one as curd. Cud, curd, not curd. Curd, not curd. It's curd. Okay, so after taking this one, what will happen? I told you in I asked you in the beginning, right? Sometimes you must have seen cow chewing some food. I mean, swallow. What is that? Chewing some food, right? So what they will do, they have a special ability to take back the food from rumen to mouth again. Again, the food will come back to the mouth. Now what cows or our ruminants will do? Okay, they will chew the food very nicely, very fine. They chew the grass into very fine paste, and then again they swallow food. Okay, so this process of bringing back curd from rumen to mouth is known as rumination. Okay, so after chewing the curd into fine paste, the food will enters into small intestine. See here, our food enters into small intestine here like this, and then it comes to a part known as cecum. See, if you observe cecum here, cecum is present between small intestine and large intestine. Okay, here in cecum there will be some useful bacteria. See, don't misunderstand bacteria. Don't misunderstand that bacteria are always bad. Sometimes they are good. Even in our body also, we have, in our digestive system also, we have some bacteria. They are known as E. coli. We call that one as E. coli. Okay, remember that one. Now you see, you come back to one. So now our food is in the cecum. So what cecum will do? Cecum has some bacteria. So bacteria produces an enzyme known as, remember the name of the enzyme known as cellulase. Okay, and I told you, all plant cells have cellulose. Okay, cellulose is a sugar. Just like our glucose, cellulose is also a sugar. So cellulose is present in the grass. So in cecum, what they do, the bacteria present in the cecum produces an enzyme known as cellulase. LASE, that is LOSE. Okay, so this cellulase will act on the cellulose and break down the food in break down the sugars. Okay, break down the sugar. And always remember, we also take some plant material, right? We also sometimes we take leafy vegetables, but in that plant leaf vegetables also we have cellulose, but humans can't digest cellulose because we don't have cellulase in our body. Our body doesn't produce cellulase, and we don't have any bacteria in our stomach just like our ruminants. Okay, so that's why human beings cannot digest cellulose sugar. Only ruminants can digest. Okay, so remember the name of the enzyme is cellulase, and the enzyme present in our saliva is known as salivary amylase. Okay, like that your food is digested, and here assimilation happens, and then the undigested food passes through the large intestine. Here again the reabsorption of some water and minerals takes place, and finally the waste will be goes outside of the body through anus. Okay, through anus. Okay guys, so this is the process. And remember, the process of taking back of curd from rumen to mouth is known as rumination. And if any animal if any animal undergoes rumination, we call that animals as known as ruminants. Okay, example cow, buffalo, ox, these are all ruminants. Okay students, that's all. That is the end. That's all for today. And one more thing is, this is the end of your second chapter. In next class we are going to start our next chapter. Okay, if you have any doubts you can ask me. Don't feel shy, you can, without any hesitation, you can ask me. Okay, thank you so much students, and have a nice day.